Hi guys, how we doing? Really bad connection on the last on my iPad, so I've had to go over to my iPhone. Evening Luke, happy Easter to everybody. Sorry about the previous one, but it's just really bad connection, really bad connection. So I had to take it off the iPad and go onto the iPhone. Yeah, look, that's where I'm fishing. Unfortunately, I can't name the place, but it's in Kent, so some of you may guess where it is. Hi mate, 8883 ledge, 839 ledge. So guys, I'm here tonight for a little while I'm fishing in session to help you with any problems that you have. Evening Tom, at my syndicate next week, is it worth doing a sweet bait and fish meal bait to see if it gets more? I'd go on a sweet bait this time of year. Hello mate, Easter Bank, yep, looks sweet there. Alright Dave, yeah, lovely place. So guys, yeah, I'm here for you on Easter Good Friday, just for a little while, to answer any of your questions, queries, problems, anything I can help or put you in the right direction, or you can take something from what I tell you, then that's what I'm here for. Alright Jason Clayton, alright Lee Brown, had a nice scaly one this morning. Carp dog not with me, not allowed to have carp dogs here unfortunately. The obsessive carper, hi mate. We've got 42 people here at the moment, 3 likes, give us a few likes guys, hit that like button, let's see if we can get a few more. Uh, 27 5 ounces, fully scaled. That's it, lovely guys, nice likes. So who's out on the piss and who's fishing? What rigs and bait am I using? I'm using singles at the moment. SSP, I'll show you, look. These little babies. These little washed out white and pink ones. Oh, look at that. On the old Johnny Mac multi-rigs. Oh, off to France in the morning, big fish lake. Any advice? Don't put too much bait in. Not this time, yeah? Blanking like a good and Tom, sat at home, gutted. Well, Jason, I do that most of the time working. Hi, Len, as I'm cooking spicy chicken, lovely. Blanking on your syndicate. So, who's fishing? Who's out in the piss? Who's sat indoors with the missus watching EastEnders? Syndicate prices, supply and demand, unfortunately. Dave, they're, you pay for what you get, unfortunately. Good luck, mate. Kebab calling. Oh, Andy, good for you, mate. Kebab. 360 rig. It's a good rig, but I would use a little bit of silicone on the eye to stop the fish damage that you can get in the net. Most of the fish damage doesn't happen when the fish is actually caught. It's actually when it's in the net with a 360 rig. Here's a question. You make a living out of fishing? Sort of, Tom. I've got a media company and half my clients are fishing related and the other half are not fishing related. So, yeah, you could say half of my income is from fishing. A few desperados, lovely. How big do you think the Burfield Comp can go? Will it be the new British record? I hope it will be the new British record. I really do. I think it just keep on getting bigger till it dies. It's big enough lake, big enough food in there. Fishing a weedy water tax, would you recommend approaching a very weedy lake? I love weedy lakes. Just find them spots. Just get a 1 ounce lead or a 2 ounce lead with a bit of braid and just find those hard spots in amongst the weed. And if you're not seeing the fish or finding the fish, get the old particles out and bait a few spots, bit of particles, chopped boilie, all that sort. Just bait a few likely spots. When it starts disappearing, it's not the ducks, then you know you found them. And pop-ups work really well in weedy lakes, I've found, especially really weedy lakes. Presentation's good. No problem, Stu. Nice to have you, mate. I appreciate everyone that comes onto my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, guys, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You get loads of good stuff on there. Cheers, Shane. Cheers, Rick. I'm on the match pit in Essex for the next 2 days. Fruity pop-up on chod over 2 kilo cell. Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan, Jonathan. What taxes would you use fishing a shallow and very silty? Long hook links, probably long nylon or fluorocarbon hook links, 12 to 18 inches. Wafter, something like that. Little light leads or running lead. One boilie flavour to fish for the rest of your days. What would it be? Oh, that's a difficult one. One boilie flavour. Keep on keeping on, Trip. What boilie flavour? That's all. I have to come back to that one. What's my favourite capture? God, they're all special in their own way. Probably the wood carving from Horton is up there. Pop ups or bottom baits. I'm on pop ups, Lee on multi rigs. A12 Cooten Lakes near Chelmsford, yeah. Hey up, Leon. Old school carp. Hello, mate. Big hooks for France. You bet. Big hooks, strong line. What do you think particle is better on weedies or clear? I think they can work on all different lakes. Doesn't have to be weedy or clear lakes. Depends if the fish need them in the diet. Yo, that's the one. Yep, Luke. Yeah, I should get a few bites there, I think. Scopic squid livers for me. Yep, the original Scopic squid livers, really good bait. That multi-rig, Ronnie rig or 360 multi-rig, 100%. 100% old school carper. Hello, Tony. How are you, mate? Hope you're down there bagging a few at the folly. Very shallow birds driving me crazy. Lake full of weed, birds diving. They're driving me bloody mad. The old chickens. Look, there's none at the moment, but there's one out there. Look, there he is. There's a few of them out there. Yeah. Funny thing is, sometimes when the fish are about, the chickens ain't about, and there's no chickens about. So hopefully, evening Lee, cold night. What bag and bed system you use? Tight lines. This time of year, spring, summer, early autumn, I use a compact, which were compact, really light, so I move really quickly, and a 40 sleeping bag. I think it's Tech Light, I think. Look, just had a bleep, got a swan problem and all that. Mr. Swan, it's really shallow out there. God, mate. Oh, these swans, isn't it? If it ain't chickens, it's swans. He's still out there, he ain't going nowhere. I've lasered him, I've done everything. He ain't having none of it. Bless him. How's the water temp? I don't tend to take it. After it gets above 10 degrees, I don't tend to take the water temperatures, just for the winter, Lee. Hit it, yeah, Danny, I'd love to hit it and get that thing in, I tell you. Bloody hell. Give me a heart attack. Who remembers the last week when I did me this live in the dark, and we had I had a fish, £27 on a zig at night. That was mad, wasn't it? The bite live. Quite, it'd be nice to have a bite live now, £50 common. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Bloody hell. Yes, but a few cold evenings. Yeah, I tend to wear my hoodie in the spring as well in the bag, and I keep warm. And I put my coat down the bottom of the bag, keeps your feet warm. Connor's Carping, Northern Show. Check out my new service fish review. If you have a spare 5 minutes, will do. Favourite early spring baits, Lee. I've washed out white or washed out pink singles. Pick Lane or Shelley. Ooh, who would I rather fish with? Oh, blimey, none of them are much better than me. But Hearn for sheer determination. Peck is just a natural. Shelley's a good angler. And Lane is probably the best out of a lot of them, really, if the truth be known. He's just relentlessly don't stop going around the lake 150 mile an hour until he catches one. Pressures them into biting. We've got 37 of you there, 25 likes, thanks guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, guys. Mate might show me a trick to get the black chickens off your spot. Hold your landing iron, wave it around, it's spooked. Doesn't always work, mate. I've tried everything, believe me. Cheers, Lee. No, don't always work, I'll tell you that for nothing. The old landing net, I've tried that. Advice on not confident fishing zigs and pop-ups. Or just be confident. Just go with it, put all 3 on pop-ups or all 3 on zigs and just fish with them for a couple of outings. Don't change, just keep keeping on with them and you'll get a bite. Shotgun works, yeah, that does work, but the thing is, you get arrested. I might have to dig the one out in my garden up, I think. So, who's fishing the weekend? No worries, Will. What do you think of the sponsored lads that have loads of bait at their disposal? Well, most of them have probably earned it, or they get it a little bit cheaper. It's I don't think you should compare whatever you catch against anyone else, no matter if they've got bait, haven't got bait, they've got free tackle, they're a millionaire, they're a pauper. You should just concentrate on your own fishing, not worry about anyone else's fishing at all, or what they're catching. It's irrelevant, really. You know, just concentrate on what you're doing. I'm off tomorrow to 4 Acre Pit. Oh, Martin Turner, lovely. Sounds like my type of fishing. If you think too much is going on in my bait using Newgrange base mix, then I had Robin Red, liver, Marmite. Marmite's a good one, nice yeast, tuna meal, black pepper, lovely, yeah, sounds good. Cork balls, I use cork ball pop-ups all the time. Or I use pop-ups and mesh them up, that's a good one. Line, I'm using a couple, Gardner GT, I think it's GTHD, and Synchro I'm using. Synchro in £15, good line. Both their lines, there's loads of good lines out there. PB Products one, that's a good line, they're all good lines. A lot of them, there's some bad ones out there. One of the best lines I've ever used is a real cheap one, and that's Dow Sensor. Brilliant line. Between air and cork balls, pop-ups. Air, you've got little pockets of air rolled into the bait. Cork ball, you've got a very thin layer of paste, which is normally the paste which is made from your boilies, matching boilies. You put that around the cork ball, 12mm, you put 2mm of paste around it, boil it for a couple of minutes, there you go, it's cork ball, and it keeps, well, it should keep up your rig like a hinge stiffy for a couple of days at least, indefinitely, because it's got cork in it. One hook pattern for 90%, you're fishing, oh blimey, I use lots of different patterns, but got to be the stiff rigger, chod hook type. Cheers Ryan, pleasure. Big up for the Dow Sensor, still use it now, brilliant line. Great line, Mike. You know, if you had to use that for the rest of your life, you'd still catch as many fish as all these expensive ones. You just have to change the Dow Sensor a lot more often than the other ones. You have to change it about every 6 to 8 weeks. Well, it goes really wiry and horrible, but it's a good line for the price, between 7 and 10 quid, half the price of most of them. But there are some very good lines out there. Anyone else out there fishing, doing it? Hoping for a bite tonight? Where you at, guys? I'm in Kent, little syndicate lake, can't name it unfortunately, but lovely lake. Look, it's coming up with dusk now. Look at that, beautiful. And there's some whackers in here, lovely. Your thoughts on Fox Exocet mainline? I haven't used it unfortunately, so I can't really give you a good feedback on it. Sorry about that. Lee Valley, some lovely waters over there, Kearney. East Yorkshire Syndicate, yeah, 8839 Ledge. Good luck, mate. Mate, what is baiting approach? This time of year, do you know what? I've caught so many fish this time of year on singles. Little white ones or washed out pink ones. I've caught loads. It's a small, intimate lake with lots of channels and loads of snags. Get them in the edge. What town in Kent? Near Canterbury, Danny. Do you use a fluorocarbon leader with monolith? Yes, I use that all the time, but I can't use it on here. But a lot of the time, I use even with fluorocarbon, I use a fluorocarbon leader. Night shift stew. Good luck, mate. I use a fluorocarbon leader because fluorocarbon gets scratched up, so I just change the leader every time and still get the properties of really sinking from the main line, if that makes sense. What's everyone's favourite hook that they're using at the moment? Oh, about 26 foot or 24 foot, 2 lengths of the rod I use. Double handle, double end grinner at the time. Tapered main line, yeah, as its places if you can't use leaders, definitely. Martin, I think it's a double grinner it's called. I just do it, 2 loops either end, through 2 and 3 times, pull tight and they come together. Are the waters down south still quiet? Up north very quiet, only the odd fish coming out. It's starting to pick up. I think there's been a few fish out, this big moon. No worries, Craig. No problem, Martin. have you ever used the method? Not scared of fish. I've used it a few times, good many years ago, but it's a very good method. The method feeder. Advantage of using leaders, you can cast a lot more distance. Will, if you're trying to get distance. So you have like a 10-pound main line and an 18 or a 20-pound leader, you can really give a 4 or 5 8 lead hoof. Heavy bait to singles is some of your low stock water. Singles trip advisor, but I'd be baiting a few areas if the chickens aren't about. Called a crank, super sharp for a chod. Ooh, never used a crank type hook, called a crank. Looked at them, but I don't really like the pattern. But if it's working for you, Martin, or it's working for you, favourite hooks would be ESP stiff riggers. Yeah, big T type. Yeah, stiff riggers. I used to use those years ago. Really, really good. Really good hook. Stiff riggers. Really good. All round mainline, Adrian, I would say for your money would be Dow Sensor, or Fox do one, or Gardner do one called Pro. I think it's Pro, which is cheap as well. All three of them are really good lines for the money. Good all round, you know. You have to change them a little bit though. That's the only problem, but they're good all round. Mugger hook's very good hook. The original curved shank. Orchard, never fished Orchid, but I might be going up there soon in the next couple of months. Do some filming. Dow Sensor, it's good line, isn't it, Martin? Favourite curved shank, short, not long shank, nailer type. Yeah, old school carper. Yeah, I'm hearing you, mate. Just bought the Super Bolly, mate. I've got the Super Bolly Mark II. I had the Super Bolly Mark I for a couple of years, but the material started to rot and leak. But I use it quite a lot and abuse my gear. Mark II so far has done really well. Oh, I've got that. Might have to. I think he's taking me line this time. I think we might have a swan problem. Yeah, I think we might have a swan problem. I think he's taking me line. So on that note, I'm going to have to go, guys, and sort this swan out. Because he's definitely hooked up.